So I figured I'd show you guys a quick oil change on the Scag Cheetah. This engine is the 36 horsepower Vanguard. What we're going to need is 2 quarts of oil filter right here. And I'm just going to use a gallon jug. I'm not going to get the big old oil pan out. What I'm going to do is, because this has the drain hose, I'm just going to drain it right into the gallon jug, and then I'll just take it down to my local Advanced Auto or AutoZone and go ahead and drop it off there at their oil center. First thing I'm going to do is just kind of go ahead and just get some of this stuff out of the way. This isn't required, but you know, it will help out in the long run here whenever we're trying to get to certain things. Alright, so the second thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and locate our drain tube here. It kind of sits in this little circle spot here, and you can just push it straight down. Kind of get it out of there, work its way around here and get it down. You can run it through by the exhaust here, or you can run it through right here. I like to run it straight through here. And what this does, make sure you guys can see it. Right here now you can see the hose comes down, and now you have an easy spot right here. You can put a jug, an oil pan, whatever you want, and you can go ahead and change out your oil. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is just get our gallon jug or whatever you want to have your oil go into. And we're just going to kind of get it close here. And we're going to go ahead and just start turning this plug out. Now guys, you always want to make sure your engine is cooled off whenever you do this. The last thing you want to do is get scalded by hot oil. So we're going to try not to make too big of a mess here. It's darn near impossible. Normally if you keep it held up in the air like that, it'll give you a second to kind of get lined up. And then you can kind of just put your gallon jug under there and go ahead and break your seals, okay? Now don't take your oil filter off just yet, but come over here. You go ahead and take off your oil fill cap. And what this does is this allows gravity to kind of do its part, okay? Just set it up here. That'll allow gravity, allow air to get in to push the oil through the engine a little bit quicker. Right here is the dipstick. You can go ahead and just, you don't have to take it out, but you can just kind of open it up. It lets more air get in, more gravity get in. While we're waiting on the oil to drain, I'll just go ahead and show you. This is the oil fill spot where you just add your oil to the engine. As you can see, it's just kind of, it's going to take its time, guys. It's nice and cold out here. This is probably going to take a solid 5 minutes to 10 minutes, I'm guessing, for this oil. You can see as thick as it is, it's coming out very slow. But, you know, we'll probably get about 1.5 quarts out of here. This engine does take roughly about 2 quarts to fill up. So, and I know it was probably about a quarter quart low, so we'll probably get about 1.5 quarts to 1.75 quarts out of this.
Check it out.
Alright guys, as you can see, it's starting to drip in there. It's still got a little bit more to go, but it's starting to really slow down. So we're just going to give this a few more minutes, and then I'll show you how to put it all back together real quick. Alright, it's down to pretty much just a drip now, guys. Right now is a good time to go ahead and reach in there, if you can, and just break that oil filter loose by hand. It's good to always have a little rag to put there for that. And then you just kind of got to get it off as quick as possible. It's inevitable, guys. You're going to get oil on you. This one's got like a case on it. I've never had that on any of my other ones ever before. I like it. It keeps things from going inside there, but never had it done, or never had one on there before. Basically, guys, some people do this, some people don't. I highly recommend it. You don't want to start that engine dry. I like to go about halfway. Then what you want to do is just get some oil on your finger And just hit that seal up nice. Get that seal nice and lubed up. And you're ready to go ahead and throw this back on. Wipe my hand off real quick. Get this rag out of the way. We're going to go ahead and just screw it back on. Now with these oil filters, guys, you just want to go hand tight. You don't want to snug this down with a wrench or anything like that. So just get you a good rag, get you a grip on it. Use a couple hands. Get that baby nice and snug. I'm going to go ahead and pull this hose out of here. As you can see, it's pretty much done. I like to take my rag and just kind of clean this end off here. Get in there and get all the old remnants. And then we'll take the old plug too here, guys. This is honestly the easiest mower to do an oil change on. With these quick pours right here. These little quick hoses you can just pull down real fast. Take the plug out, and I mean, you're rocking and rolling then. You ain't got to worry about getting a wrench on anything. Let's get it nice and tight. Make sure that end cap's on there. And then all you're going to do is just stuff this bad boy back up in here. Okay, if you see this little spot right here, that's where that hose goes back to. You just kind of wrap it back around. Back around, get it angled up in there. And you're good to go. Alright guys, with this bar here and just things kind of in the way, yes, I could access it here from a bottle, but I just kind of like to go ahead and throw a real long funnel in there, and then I'm able to just pour the quarts of oil in nice and slow. And I can also keep an eye on the hole down there on the engine to make sure I'm not going too fast. You know, or going to overflow it, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, I can see it coming up to the edge there. This engine does take a second, guys, for this oil to run in. Alright, it went down now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, open up the second bottle of the Wolf's Head. Now this one, guys, you do want to go fairly slow, because sometimes you can get a nice spill down there on the engine, because this second quart, it really takes it a minute to get in there. Seems like it's going in pretty good this time. I have overflowed it, I won't lie. Sometimes they'll do a quart and a half, a quart and 3/4, and sometimes they'll do 2 quarts. This one's looking like it's probably going to get pretty close. I still got probably 1/4 of a quart here. I'm pretty close to the top, so I'm going to go ahead and check my fill level real fast. And all you got to do is just pull that dipstick out real quick, fellas. All right, as you guys can see, we still got probably 1/4 of a quart, so it's going to take the rest of this. All right, so it took both quarts. Gonna go ahead and check the dipstick one more time. Get it nice and cleaned off. And now we should fall right in between that level there somewhere. I'll be comfortable with anywhere in there, or even to the top of it. Get it down in there nice and good. Bring it back around. Yep, as you guys can see, we're about right in the middle of it. So I'm good with that. Go ahead and put it back in. Oil level's good. Go ahead and pull the filter out, or the funnel out. Then all that's left to do, fellas, go ahead and put your cap back on. And there you have it. That was a real quick oil change on the 2016 Scag Cheetah. The engine's the 36 horsepower Vanguard Briggs & Stratton. Yeah, fellas, real nice, simple. You can do this. If I wasn't filming, I could do all this in 5-10 minutes tops, and you're really just waiting on the oil to drain. As always, guys, keep mowing, keep growing, keep making money, boys. I'll talk to you later.